Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm joined by co-host Jeff.
What up? Good evening. Or day? Morning? Hello, Mark.
Hello. Jeff, before we get in...
dive into the Puppet Master?
Before we get into what we watched this week, we got to plug some music here on the podcast. And this month, the month of Thanksgiving, we want to give thanks. Is this Thanksgiving episode?
No, next week. Remember,
okay, good.
Jingle All the Way?
That's right. But we're still giving thanks to the Canadian pop alternative band Group Project with their song MCK. That's an acronym. I don't know what it stands for. Still haven't learned.
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
MCK is not an acronym. It's an abbreviation.
Whatever, dude.
Do you want to know the difference?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, so you just want to keep going on saying abbreviations or acronyms?
I just want you to leave me alone.
Okay.
Just want
You can review the Puppet Master on your own. Good luck.
Stop bothering me about my grammar. Anyways, we give a big shout out to Group Project for allowing us to use their music here on our podcast. You can hit the show notes and find all the links to their social media accounts. They're doing big things, so give them a like, follow, and a subscribe. And wherever you get your music from, they're there. So Jeff,
hey,
instead of telling us about your grammar or my grammar, tell us what we watched this week.
Well, this month is Toys Month. It's either based on toys or featuring toys, and this week I chose to feature toys. We watched a film called Puppet Master from 1989. Runs for an hour and a half, and it doesn't star anyone except for William Hickey, who most notably does the voice of Dr. Finkelstein from Nightmare Before Christmas. He's the guy in charge of the sexy zombie lady.
I'm glad you know that because I don't.
Oh,
That's a reference over my head.
Yeah. You've seen A Nightmare Before Christmas, though.
I have. I just don't remember.
It's the guy with his head. He's got a big green head.
Yeah, okay. I just watched that the other day, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
The old man at the beginning of this film is the same guy who does that voice, William Hickey.
Oh, the guy who blows his brains out?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Spoilers for 1989's Puppet Master.
Hey, so this was a direct to VHS film.
Is it? I figured it. I was like, is this made for TV? And then there's boobies and cursing. And I'm like, okay, so not made for TV, maybe made for like early HBO, but it's a direct to video. And one of the posters on IMDb calls it the classic first film.
And the original poster for this film says, "Get it on video cassette." It's you picked a winner here.
Well, nowadays direct to video is direct to streaming, right?
Direct to streaming, correct? Yes, which is arguably a better route. And that's so. I looked up why this film went to rather than theater release, and apparently whatever studio, Paramount, I guess, decided that it would make more money or have longer legs as a straight to Blockbuster or whatever. But what is your history with this Puppet Master?
I want to say it was this film. Was flipping through the channels one day and Puppet Master was on, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this. And I don't think I made it very far because I don't remember jack shit from this film other than kind of the opening with the old man and the little guys running around and you see in the first person view. That's about all I remember. I don't remember any of the shit with the psychics and all. This movie's great. Oh my God. What about you?
No, I have zero history with this film. The only history I have is that I know it's a movie. I've heard it referenced before. I never sought it out. I never really cared enough to look it up and see what the plot was. I just knew it was a movie about killer puppets, right? And
So
yeah, that's
I'm
it.
on I'm on the fandom website for this film, and apparently this movie had a lot of demand, like from video retailers. Like, we got to get more Puppet Master.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
it did well on video, I guess, and it was enough to, you know, generate a series of 8
5
films,
oh
7
8
or 8
yeah.
films,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
crazy.
insane. That's
It's terrible.
like
Um,
Chucky has about that many films.
I don't know, man. Chucky films are heads above what this is.
Oh, undeniably, I'm a huge fan of Chucky. Listen, and I'll go ahead and break the ice, I guess would be the term. This had a much better chance of working on me than it did on you, and it did not work on me. This movie is ass fudge, and there are moments that are so bad they're good, but there aren't
Yeah.
enough moments.
Right, correct.
Like, there's the woman who gets killed with the fire poker. That shit was hilarious because in the shot, the fire poker gently rests upon her head. Like, it looked like it was swung by a small puppet because there was no force behind it. Anyone could have survived that, but I guess she did, because she comes back later in the film, but it knocked her out. It was crazy. And then, like, our cast is made up of all these psychics, and they're insane. Like, they are properly batshit, where, again, in a lot of movies, I could see them being so bad they're good, right? There's the sex scene between the couple that I think is really entertaining for all the wrong reasons. There are moments that, just so we can bury this right now, that keeps this from being as bad as like a Sils Maria. There
Yeah.
are moments that I can be like, that shit was kind of funny. That was weird. The slugs, the leeches that
the
the
leeches,
puppet
yeah.
pukes up is
Yeah.
so nasty that it at least gave me enough of a reaction to be like, this qualifies as being better than Sils Maria or The Fountain, to go with something a little more recent in our back catalog. That tells you how shit those movies are. But this is bad. This is bad.
Like the last at the end where the puppet pukes up the leech, and it was so long. Like
the
it
leech
took-
thing just kept going. Oh.
I was like, holy shit, how long is this leech? No, but what you're talking about is like, so bad it's good type stuff. The small headed big body puppet beating up the lady in the elevator, and she just fucking grabs it and
Yes,
throws it over
right.
the balcony. I was like, why doesn't everybody do this? These
Exactly.
fucking
They're-
puppets.
These puppets are, in several scenes, not strong enough to kill anyone. And yet they are very successful at murdering, right? So, like, Chucky has a sort of supernatural strength to him. Like,
right.
he's consistently able to overpower a lot of people. In this, they're really weak most of the time until they're not.
Like the big small headed puppet's like dragging the lady by the leg.
That puppet
it's
I
like-
liked. Let's
It's like,
let's talk
kick
about the
that puppet in
design
the face.
of
Okay.
these puppets. I actually kind of think that a lot of them are really kind of spooky looking, right?
They are. I really enjoyed the first puppet we get. Right, not the one that the guy's painting or whatever. He's
The
doing with-
white face with the
the white face with the hat,
black hat. He's basically
yeah.
the Undertaker.
Yeah, I liked him. But like, I could not take these puppets seriously when they're running from the Nazi.
They're running from the Nazis?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
two guys,
right. Yeah.
the two guys that come to kill the old man, and the puppet's running from them. I was like, what the fuck? Why is this killer puppet running from these dudes?
It's so you got that guy. Apparently there's more like Puppet Master 10. So apparently there's 14 Puppet Master films, but apparently Puppet Master 10 deals a lot more with Nazis. I'm so tempted to keep going because it looks like it just gets crazier and
Bro,
crazier.
Do a series for the YouTube page.
I
please.
really thought about like digging in deeper because the shit is nuts. But I'll be honest, we talked before we got on pod about you like pretending to cry a little. After I finished the film, I felt like crying. I legitimately felt like just going into a hole and just crying because I fucked up so bad. This was a mistake.
This is a terrible film.
Now, it fits the theme.
Sure.
But it was a mistake. I fucked up. And
the first hour has that the opening like 5 minutes of the puppets where he's putting the puppets back in the suitcase.
that drags on it drags on more
It's
than
an
5
hour.
minutes.
That scene does, yeah.
Where
but
the Nazis are going, you get to see them wait for the fucking elevator, and then you get to see them wait on the elevator, and then you get to see them wait outside the front. They wait for so much, and you just get to watch it all.
they waited so long, the guy killed himself.
He had plenty of time to
He's like, fuck these guys. I'm gonna
gently
kill myself.
paint his puppets and put them all away nice and neat and hide them in a cupboard in the wall, and then grab his gun and clean it up real nice and sit down and then kill himself. He had plenty of time.
And then we don't see the puppets again for a good hour.
An hour because now
and this movie's an hour and a half long.
and now we get to dive into these characters, which I don't think this cast is that bad. I think they're cheesy and silly and part of the positive side of the film for me. They're so weird and creepy. Like there's this clairvoyant lady who's like at the beginning you see her and she's essentially scamming this couple because she gets shit wrong all the time, right? She'll say something, no, that's not possible. He's an engineer or whatever. And then she gets an actual premonition. And then you see this couple, which is my favorite. There's this fucking movie, man. So you see this room and this couple is sitting there and they've got like looking at test equipment and shit. And then there's a woman behind glass in a room, and the guy says to this woman in this other room, imagine your most like filthy fantasy or whatever. And so she does. And he's picking it all up psychic wise. He's able to see it or hear it. Oh, she's nasty. And his wife or girlfriend isn't picking it up at all. But then his wife has the ability, like if she's in a room, she could be like, oh, John F. Kennedy stayed here. Or like she gets in a bed. She's like, shit, Aubrey Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart or whoever, they fucked on this bed. This is great.
It's great. It's fine.
It's
good film.
It's
cinema. How dare we shit on somebody else's art?
I mean, so I'm clicking around in various subreddits because I'm trying to get like how many of these fucking things are there, and there's 14, and someone asks, is there any reason to watch past 2? And someone says, hey, 3 is pretty good, you know, and I don't know why
I don't trust Reddit.
this caught on. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
In the world where the Puppet Master, I mean, I guess like at this time we're in the thick of like slasher mania. Even maybe it's winding down, right? Like Jason Voorhees has really had his legendary run, right?
Yeah.
I think there's someone, I could be wrong, but I think someone said that all but 1 year in the 80s saw the release of a Friday the 13th movie. I'm going to double check that, but I think I heard that somewhere. But, you know, Freddy's about to get rolling. Michael Myers has got his run going. And I think people might have been slasher crazy, right? Like, let's get more. And direct-to-video horror is often a great place to find just some fun schlock. And I can see why someone would maybe find this to be fun.
I think in the right hands, it probably could, right? You talk about, you get the right filmmaker who can probably tell a better story about these puppets. Like, because we don't give. It's called Puppet Master.
And the puppet
And-
master dies in the opening scene.
Right. And we get no real story about who this guy was, where these puppets came from, why they are alive.
Well, they're alive, so they talk about that this group they're going to see Gallagher, not the comedian, but he knows this old man had found some way to essentially bring inanimate objects to life. And then so they kind of explain it, but the guy they're looking for is dead. But then he gets brought back to life somehow because he figured out how to do it
Right.
while being dead. This is a piece of shit.
I think like a premise of like this is probably one of those films that it's been so long that Blumhouse or some other horror director, James Wan or some shit, could probably remake it and it'd be 10 times better.
I would watch a James Wan
right
version of this because
Yeah.
I think he'd have fun with it, and I think there's fun to be had. And maybe the later series gets good.
That's false. I already know it's false. There's no way 14 of these movies got good.
Well,
No way.
one of them's got to be good, right? So
No.
I'm looking at over on bloodydisgusting.com that they rank the number one Puppet Master film as Puppet Master 2. We have to watch it.
What
right?
what is the bar
4
here?
out of 5 skulls.
Do they have like an synopsis of why they think that?
If nothing else, this again from bloodydisgusting.com, the film concludes on such a crazy note that's as big an exclamation point as possible. It'll stay with you long after the credits roll and is truly has some upsetting stuff.
Interesting.
I'm so morbidly curious. The second one is called The Littlest Reich, which I think is where they take on more Nazis.
This franchise being like puppets versus Nazis is intriguing,
I think that's true.
but like, why? Why did this? I don't know.
Our 5th ranked film is The Puppet Master we watched.
Then how bad are the other?
That's
What,
a great
11?
question. Man,
10?
some of these still images from these. There's 14 total films.
Yeah.
So
And if the one we just watched is the 5th best,
there's 14 of them, and Puppet Master 5 is called The Final Chapter.
which was a blatant
There's
lie.
a movie called Retro Puppet Master. This movie series, I have to watch a video of someone synopsizing.
You make your own synopsis.
No.
Do one video. Watch all 14 films. Do one
No.
video.
No, fuck that. No. Like, how bad does it have to be where Puppet Master The Legacy gets 1/2 skull out of 5?
I don't even know like how they rate. How do you rate a fucking horror movie? What
Well, are they
constitutes a skull?
Fun? Are they good? Is there a body count? Did you enjoy yourself? And I think that's my biggest problem is I didn't enjoy watching this. I had to stop an hour in. And I think at some point I texted you, I was like, yeah, there's no damn puppets in this shit.
Right.
And then you started it up, and that's when we got the sex scene, which is epic. It is the last 30 minutes of the movie, I think are entertaining.
For the wrong reasons, though.
But you can't deny that you at least were like, fucking some shit's happening.
Yes, shit did happen. But like when the Undertaker puppet gets in the elevator with the lady, and like he like kind of nicks her on the throat, and then she puts her hand over, and then like she takes her hand away, and it's like damn thing cut her head off. I'm like, what?
What'd you think about her? She was an interesting character.
But I mean, she was probably the most realistic character out of all the fucking people in this movie.
I mean,
because she took the
wife
logical
was pretty normal.
Well, she took the logical approach to these are fucking puppets. I can just throw these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And to me, that I'm on board. You take a rational approach to anything in a horror film, I'm with you. And she took the rational approach of throwing these motherfuckers around. And I'm like, yes. But then she's sitting on the ground because like somebody stabbed her in the leg or some shit. And I was like,
well, she got attacked on the leg by the drill.
You're right. What? Pinhead. That's his name.
No, Pinhead is from a different series.
No. The puppet's name is Pinhead.
Really?
I looked it up.
That's a series I'll never watch.
What, Hellraiser?
Yeah, that just feels like the worst possible way to spend an evening. I'd rather watch more Puppet Master.
Listen, Hellraiser 1 and 2 are much better films than this. The remake's not bad too of Hellraiser, but yeah, no, these.
Did you have a favorite scene or death scene?
It's probably the lady who gets her throat slashed, just simply because it was just so fucking ridiculous.
It wasn't the sex scene.
No,
that sex scene's pretty good.
It's wild, and then the guy in the next room, he's like, "You're gonna wear it out," and he rolls over with the fucking pillow over his face.
Oh my gosh! So I'll talk about this sex scene. So there's the couple I mentioned before, and they're doing some weird. I think this guy's a shyster. I think he kind of just tricks her into doing sex stuff in the name of paranormal science. He's like, yeah, let's try this out. And so anyway, she ties him down for some kinky sex, and they're getting it on. But at some point, she hears something or gets off, and she gets killed by a puppet. And then this tiny female puppet starts sucking on his nipple. And it's so stupid. Like, because her mouth can't close. There's no way to get a grip. And so it's like, I can't even explain it. But then, this is the grossest puppet, is this female one. She starts coughing and hawking up leeches that she then plants on this guy, and I guess he gets drained of all his blood. It's nasty. But I also got to say, I've never seen that before or since in a movie ever.
Would you let a puppet suck your titty?
My titty?
Titty. What are you talking about? My titty?
Well,
yeah, your titty.
My titty. I'm going to go with no because I've seen Puppet Master.
I mean, what was a girl? What was a girl puppet?
I don't care what it is. I don't think that's a great idea. Now, are we considering like wait a minute. Okay, let me think about this. Cuz is it no, just listen, let me
okay.
Is it a sentient animated puppet, or is it just one normal lifeless inanimate puppet?
No, we're not talking like sex doll
toys.
shit.
Oh no, then
we're talking fucking.
If it's
live
moving
puppet.
around and shit,
Yeah,
there's
Pinocchio
something wrong.
shit. That's what we're talking about.
No, I think I'm good. How about you? How are you spending your weekend?
I mean, listen. If a puppet wants to suck my titty, I mean, I'm good, I guess.
Yeah, you're on board.
I mean, why not? I mean,
why not?
Once.
Why not?
At least once.
What
if it's good? What if it's good, bro?
So
what if this puppet is like the titty sucking champion?
Not. We've seen it.
Oh, we're talking about. Oh wait, all right. No,
That's
wait.
that
We've
not good at it.
we've mixed oil and water now. Hold on. Are we talking about this particular leech lady puppet?
Well,
or are we just talking about a regular old puppet?
Not, but also definitely not. I mean, it moves around on its own. I mean,
it is creepy. It's objectively creepy, right? You're like, oh shit, that puppet's
It is not
alive.
an attractive puppet, right? It's not shapely. It's not attractive like the zombie lady from the aforementioned Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hey, check out Jeff's tabs with the Nightmare Before Christmas porn.
Hey, you don't think that zombie girl looked pretty good?
Listen,
she takes her leg off and is kicking it around.
Yeah, and
she's
she's got very wide eyes. I could see that. I can see that. There's a corner of the internet where that exists. So, maybe I'll look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, let me know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I will. I'll send you a link.
Maybe not. Maybe not a link.
I just. This might be our shortest episode ever. I don't know what else to say about this. Another, it's a shitty movie about nothing. Now there were parts of the movie. So we watched it on Peacock, right? You watched it on Peacock.
Yes.
And it looked like this had been kind of remastered a bit because there was like
the unmastered one.
No, but there was like almost green screen-esque CG. I don't even know how to describe it, but it very much looked like some of the puppet movements had been redone a bit. I don't know. It did seem like some of the scenes were maybe retouched or whatnot.
I mean, it could be. It is apparently quite the classic. And
I don't understand.
I can say enough about it that it does have me morbidly curious about the rest of the series. But I think what I'll do is head onto YouTube and see who can, see if there's like a synopsis that can wrap it up for me. And because there's something weirdly tempting about watching this more.
Yeah, just like you would be tempted to have a puppet suck your titty.
I didn't say I wouldn't be tempted, but the end result is a no for me, dog.
Just like you're going to watch every fucking Puppet Master movie. I know you are.
I don't know about everyone. I might give 2 a shot. It seems to be the one that people really like.
I think there's 5 on Peacock. Like all through 1 through 5 on Peacock.
Oh. I can't, man. I watch a lot of movies. Maybe you know what? Maybe I will, but don't count on it. I'm making no promises.
I will not hold my breath. Jeff, are you going to recommend this one?
Well, do you have any schlocky sort of films? Maybe not like The Puppet Master, something like this that, regardless of its quality, you just kind of keep going back to?
Yeah. I mean, it's a Halloween film. But it's Hubie Halloween.
See, right. I don't know that counts.
I
guess, but you haven't seen older movies.
I mean, right? I mean, I don't go back to '80s films, right? Other than like, it's not an '80s film, but Home Alone, every Christmas.
Oh, Home Alone.
I don't make it a point to go back and watch these quote unquote classics.
Whoa.
I just don't. There's too much. We've had this conversation. There's just too much content out there for me to continuously watch the same movie over and over again.
But you're not. You're just watching old films that you've never seen before.
Right.
Like Puppet Master.
Right. I appreciate the podcast because I would have never watched this movie if it wasn't not for our show. So I do appreciate that.
Maybe you don't appreciate that. I mean, that sounds like
I'm giving the process here credit because it's tried and true. We can go down the list of films both of us would never have watched on our own if it had not been for this podcast. And And now we know what we're never going to watch again. Or maybe there's some that we're going to go back to. So, would you have ever watched this movie if it had not been for the podcast?
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so. I think at some point I would have been like, and one of the reasons I picked it is I was kind of curious about that memory I had of seeing the Puppet Master. And so I've watched every kickboxer film, the ones with and without Van Damme, because I kind of find something appealing about these movies that really shouldn't exist and the absurd ways they kind of get around different things. So I think I would at least have given the first one another shot, and then maybe it stopped there. But I'm watching the trailer for 2 right now, and it looks absurd.
It's not good.
You're gonna watch it too?
No, man.
Yes.
I am not gonna fill any of my time with any more Puppet Master. So do you recommend this or not?
No, this is trash, man. I can't.
Yes.
I can't. It's not so bad. It's not like Critters, man. Fucking, I love Critters. Critter. That's what was going to be my answer. It was like something that is kind of schlocky, but it's like Critters. I love Critters, and I'll watch the stupid ass movie all the time. But there's something. This is going to be a weird word, but something more wholesome about Critters to me that I just love. Whereas this is just
there's
nasty.
nothing about this movie that is wholesome.
Like, no, not this at all. Right? There's just something like fun about Critters, and this is just like, I don't know. And it legitimately, even though there's not anything particularly disturbing, I still felt weirdly disturbed. I don't know why.
It's not good, man. I don't.
You're gonna recommend it though?
No, hell no, man. This movie's trash. I mean, it's probably the worst movie you've ever picked.
No, I picked Sils Maria.
Oh, you did pick Sils Maria. That's right.
Yep. Well, let's do some comparisons then. Okay. So you and I both agree Sils Maria is the worst movie we've ever watched. Yes.
And until we watch the next worst one. But yes.
Well, we've never watched anything worse than The Clouds of Sils Maria.
That's correct.
That's
so
my
far,
opinion
no.
and yours as well. Okay, great. So let's go with I Got the Hookup 2. What's better?
Oh, God damn.
I'm going to say Puppet Master is better because there is a plot.
Okay.
But I would never watch either of them again.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Now, I Got the Hookup 1, definitely better. Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely better. Right.
So what about The Fountain?
Better than the Puppet Master.
Yeah. I've had a feeling you would say that, and maybe your reason would be just because Hugh Jackman is in it.
I thought about it, but no. But like you use the reason for that there is a plot.
But there's not a plot in the Fountain.
Sure, there is.
No.
It's a dumbass plot, but still plot.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think I'd watch Puppet Master again just because I think it's shorter. So I would maybe say it's the third worst film we've watched. I will say that
it's
watch,
definitely bottom 5.
I would watch 9 again as opposed to
I would
this.
too. Yep.
How about Ravenous, the one that you really
I would watch Ravenous. No, I would watch Ravenous 10 times over.
I still feel that of the movies you hate, I still feel like you're unfairly down on Ravenous. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as you thought it was.
It's not good. It's for sure.
Yeah, but you said it was the second worst film we'd ever seen. And I can't get behind that. But so Mark, next week is Thanksgiving, and you smartly, I don't know if you planned it or it's just a happy coincidence.
Sometimes it's rather be lucky than good.
Yes, you selected a Christmas film, maybe our first true Christmas film I mean,
It is our first true Christmas
I
film.
mean, we've probably seen films around Christmas, maybe, but I don't really.
No, it's it's definitely our first themed
Yeah,
holiday film.
like, are you of the opinion that Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
No, it
Right.
takes place at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas film.
Right. So that's kind of my thing. I
Just
think
like
that-
Lethal Weapon and these other films.
Yeah, I think that for me, and however you decide to define it is fine, but I feel like you need to have a Christmas lesson or spirit. And actually, that's not true. Oh wait, no, you didn't watch Violent Night on the podcast. That's right. I watched that with someone else. That's a good movie. Anyway, I just think Christmas needs to be the center of the theme. And if you watch Die Hard and it's fucking St. Patrick's Day, it still works, right? That's my thing.
Right. Well, it's. I just it has to be about whatever the holiday is. Christmas and Elf Christmas movie.
Oh, yes.
Scrooge Christmas movie.
So what's your favorite? I mean, Hoobie Halloween's your favorite Halloween film.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Christmas film or something you put on every year?
I do.
Is it Jingle All the Way?
No, it's not. But I do watch that every year. But it's not my favorite. We have a thing in my house where we try to watch 25 Christmas films.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Like one a day?
We try to do one a
Your
day.
own little
Sometimes
advent calendar of movies.
yeah. So oftentimes we've only been doing it for a couple of years, but past couple of years we'll miss a day and we'll double up on a weekend or something. But my favorite Christmas film, and I it's because I'm a big fucking Tim Allen fan, right?
Oh, Santa Claus.
No.
Oh.
Also a favorite, one of my favorites, but
Yeah.
that's not my favorite. It's Christmas with the Cranks, man.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
It is Tim Allen at his grumpiest, but most heartwarming. And it's got what's her face, Halloween, True Lies.
Oh, yes.
What's her
Jane,
face?
not Jane Curtin.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jane Curtin. What the hell?
But it just, it's such a heartwarming, down to earth Christmas film, and Tim Allen to me is kind of the Christmas guy, especially in my generation of growing up, he was the Christmas guy. I mean, you got Santa Claus, Christmas with the Crank. He did he's done like 4 Santa Claus movies. He's got a Santa Claus show now. It's one of my favorite, and I don't have really a good reason. It's not a great.
You like
movie.
it? That's fine.
Yeah, but it's not a great movie, but it is a good Christmas. It's a good feel good Christmas movie, about the importance of spending time with family, at the holidays and
I'll watch Christmas with the Cranks this year.
Yeah, you should, and because. It's the theme about it is that these two they have a grown daughter. She's out of the house, and this year's the first year that they get to kind of have this empty house. They don't have to host anybody, and they want to go. Like Tim Allen's character wants to go on a cruise for Christmas. Well, his wife Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of like, oh, but we're not going to host the annual Christmas party and all this, and then so he convinces her they're going to go on a cruise, and everybody in the neighborhood's super sad about it, and they all start giving him shit, and he's like, I don't give a fuck, we're going on this cruise. And then they get like the emergency phone call that their daughter, who is on a mission trip or something down in South America, is coming home for Christmas at the last second, and they have to race to throw together this Christmas feast and party. And it's really good. It's funny,
and it's currently streaming on Amazon Prime. So yeah, I'll give it a look.
Yeah,
My
it's good, man.
favorite. Do you want to have a guess? Christmas film?
It's from the 80s.
Nope. 90s.
90s. Okay. All right. Favorite Christmas film from the 90s. Ooh. Christmas film.
I'll be
from the
honest.
90s.
It kind of is appropriate for the film we watched this week.
It's about a puppet?
It's got puppets in it.
Puppets in it? Oh, it's a Christmas movie. Christmas movie with puppets?
Yeah. It's a
I don't know.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh.
Fucking love that shit. Watch it every year.
I mean, Elf was, that's a good one. Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's like a
good one.
modern
Yeah.
classic now. Like,
Yeah.
they don't make movies like that anymore.
I'm a big fan of watching kind of these straight to streaming Christmas films, like the one with Kurt Russell where he plays the Santa Claus. That was pretty good. There's a couple kind of raunchy Christmas ones. The one with Seth Rogen and who's the guy?
Oh, I've seen it.
The black guy,
Craig.
Falcon. No, he plays Falcon in the MCU.
Oh, Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie and the other guy, Angels in the Outfield guy.
What's his name? Damn.
What's his name?
Kevin
Right.
Costner. Isn't that Angels in the Outfield?
No, man, that was.
Are you sure?
It's,
Oh no, that was
Angels-
Field of Dreams. Who's in
Also
Angels
about
in
angels.
the Outfield?
The kid. He's a kid in that movie.
Derek Jeter.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay.
No, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Anyway, I like to watch an assortment of Christmas movies. And Elf is a staple. And
Well, this year, if you could, for me,
yeah.
put Muppet Christmas Carol on your list.
No, I think we watched it last year. I remember that.
It'd be filled with joy and happiness.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Michael Caine.
I like Jack Frost is another kind of guilty pleasure
Is that
of a Christmas. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton? Now, there's
Yeah.
a horror movie called Jack Frost.
Right, I know. It's not that one.
Yeah.
It's the one where Michael Keaton turns into the fucking snowman.
Yes.
It's a terrible film. But there's just something about it. It's like, I could watch anything with Michael Keaton in it.
I agree.
Anyways, all right. I think we've we've filled enough time on this episode.
I wasn't trying to fill time, but I just came up anyway. So if you want to, get in touch with Mark and tell him the difference between an acronym and an abbreviation, you could do that on Twitter at I Heard You Liked.
Please do. And if you want to tell Jeff, hey man, have you ever seen Muppets Go to Vegas? You
I
can
don't think
find him at Podcast by Jeff, and
You could.
let him know. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube where you're watching us. So don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button when it pops up, so you don't miss any future content here on the podcast. And well, we'd be appreciative of that. Also, somebody we're appreciative of. Well, it's not somebody; it's somebody's. Is the Canadian alternative rock band Group Project with the what did you call it? Acronym? No, it's not an acronym. Abbreviation. Song MCK. You can find their songs, their music, wherever you get yours at. Hit the show notes, get all the links to their social media accounts, doing big things. Give them a like, follow, and subscribe. We appreciate them. Jeff,
Yes.
any words of wisdom?
I have words of wisdom this time. An abbreviation is when you shorten a word or just use letters to shorten something. An acronym is when you do the same thing, but it becomes another word, such as random access memory is shortened to RAM. That's an acronym.
And now you know.
Bing, 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 bing. The more you know.